Sheikh Hasina verdict. Former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina Wajid, who once ruled Bangladesh with an iron fist, has been sentenced to death for crimes against humanity allegedly committed by her administration during last year's popular revolt in that country. Sheikh Hasina, who has been living in India after fleeing her homeland in August 2024, has termed the verdict biased and delivered by a rigged tribunal. Ironically, the court has convicted her. The International Crimes Tribunal was set up by Sheikh Hasina herself. During her rule, it sent several of her opponents, mostly from Bangladesh chapter of Jamaat Islami and the opposition BNP, to the gallows for the supposed role in the 1971 violence. Many people rightly describe those trials as unfair. Today, Sheikh Hasina appears to have become a victim of the very institutions she had created to eliminate her opponents. While the fairness of the trial and the hasty manner in which it was conducted can be questioned, there can be little argument that Sheikh Hasina's dispensation had become increasingly autocratic over the years. Cronies were enriched, while opponents were hounded. Democratic principles were eschewed in favor of a cult of personality surrounding Sheikh Hasina. Her father, Sheikh Mujib, and her party, the Awami League, Sheikh Hasina's repressive methods culminated in an explosion of a popular rage last year, which eventually led to the toppling of her government and her self-exile in India, a close ally for decades. It is clear that Sheikh Hasina's government unleashed excesses on protesters during the 2024 unrest. She herself admitted that we lost control of the situation. Earlier this year, her party was banned, while her late father, once revered as Bangabandhu, also became a target of the protesters' array. Over 5 decades since East Pakistan became Bangladesh, political stability still eludes that country. Whatever economic progress Bangladesh had made during Sheikh Hasina's rule was overtaken by her repression of decent and relentless assaults on the opposition. Today, Bangladesh stands at a crucial juncture. Elections are scheduled for the next year. The interim authorities must ensure that full democratic rule is restored at the earliest. For the elections to be credible, the Awami League must be allowed to contest. It should be remembered that 2024 elections boycotted by the opposition that returned Sheikh Hasina's to power were not considered fair, which was a major factor behind the downfall of her regime. When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. Justice delayed is a justice denied. That is why all political parties must be allowed to contest the next polls to establish the credibility of the process. Those officials guilty of crimes must face justice. But if the process is colored by vengeance, including extreme punishments like the death penalty, which this paper opposes, it will only perpetuate instability. Mature states balance demands for justice with the need for reconciliation.
Circumstances and findings. It is hereby ordered that accused Sheikh Hasina be found guilty on 3 counts. Count number 1, incitement. Count number 2, order to kill. Count number 3, inaction to prevent the atrocities and failing to take punitive actions against the perpetrators. For all these 3 counts, we have decided to inflict her with only one sentence, that is sentence of death.